Muito bem. Mais um episódio aí, eu acho que é o episódio 10, né? Da nossa épica aventura Skyrim, épica campanha de Skyrim. Enquanto eu, de um episódio pro outro, eu dei aquela, entre aspas, mineradinha no off. Então eu acabei subindo alguns levels, alguns níveis, né? Vou mostrar aqui. Tá, mostra. Tava no nível 20, não sei, 21, 25 por aí. Aí eu tava tentando ir na seguir a missão, mas aonde a gente vai encontrar com aquele com a mulher e com o cara lá pra fazer a missão dos Blades. Tem um dragão, é um covil basicamente de farmers, eu acho que é isso, ou é de bandidos. E é de bandidos, né? Que farmers eu acho que fica mais em caverna. Mas é um covil muito grande mesmo. E pra piorar ainda tem um dragão que ataca enquanto você tá lá. Então, tipo, toda vez eu morria, não importava a estratégia que eu usasse. Então, eu fui lá, dei uma mineiradinha, aspas, né? Não é mineiradinha, mas é, como é que chama? É, dei uma upadinha no personagem, fiz aqueles negócio de ficar indo em dungeonzinha, fiz umas dungeonzinhas, umas missões terciárias. Descobri para que servia aqueles teleportes de animal, aí eu teletransportei os animais que eu tenho para cá. A raposa, o esquive, a aranha, o coelho, a cabrita, inclusive, numa dessas mineradinhas, ela me ajudou bastante com essa bagzinha. Ela carregou bastante. Descobri também o porquê de, mesmo eu comendo bastante ingrediente, eles não faziam, não liberavam o efeito secundário. Tem que desbloquear uma, acho que é aqui, ó, encantamento. Tem que desbloquear isso aqui, ó. Tá vendo? Aqui é o que aqui, ó, experimentador. Comendo o ingrediente, revela dois primeiros efeitos. Aí eu acho que eu tenho que desbloquear os três níveis de experimentador para eu poder desbloquear todos os efeitos, né? De um ingrediente. O ingrediente tem quatro, né? Quatro efeitos em geral. Então eu fiz essas descobertas, peguei mais uns livros, botei ali na minha biblioteca. É isso. Então vamos seguindo aí, ó. Vamos seguindo aí para nossa missão. Ah, eu fiquei pobre também, eu tava com uns 10 mil de ouro. Eu nem sei com quanto eu tô agora, eu acho que eu tô. Deixa eu ver aqui. Eu tô com 4 mil de ouro por causa que eu comprei. Isso, porque não porque eu perdi 6 mil, mas sim porque eu perdi. Perdi todo o meu ouro comprando livros de magia de conjuração. Então, a quanta conjuração eu tenho? Banir da Edra, Banir Undead. Aí eu desbloqueei também a Tronak de gelo. Homem Neva, que é tipo uma caveira flutuante, mó da hora. Zombie, eu tava andando pelo mapa, eu acabei descobrindo um ritual de zumbis. Aí agora no meu mundo, vira e mexe aparece uma horda de zumbi por aí. Achei meio. Achei meio pai esses zumbis andando em grupo por aí, mas ok. Out Spirit eu acho que eu já tinha. Não sei, mas é basicamente um. Eu conjuro tipo um cara que tanto bate quanto também lança magia de gelo, né? Putre de zombie é a mesma coisa, invocar um zumbi. Skeleton Minion eu acho que eu já tinha. Conjuração zombie é um tipo de zumbi. É que tem um zumbi, o Putrid zombie e o Full zombie. Eu acho que o mais forte é o Putrid. Putrid. Por causa que ele demora mais a morrer. Pelo menos é o que eu mais geralmente demoro mais a matar. Necromancer eu não peguei muito bem. Eu acho que ele tipo restaura um pouco de vida, ou dá 30 a mais de vida para algum undead que eu estiver usando, um zumbi, sei lá. Soul Split, então. Aí vincular arco, vincular espada, vincular machado. Aí tem um aqui. Não sei onde está, tá em poderes? Tá em poderes. Aqui, ó, aljava também. Nem cheguei a usar. Deixa eu ver como é que ela é. Não tem nada. Ah, não deu em nada. Não, aqui, ó. Eu acho que se eu não tivesse aljava, quando eu summonar conjurar o arco, acho que ele não atira, né? Ah, também consegui esse cavalo aqui, por acaso, e é uma das missões terciárias que eu tenho, é achar alguns tipos de cavalo, né? E aí... acabei achando esse aqui por acaso. Aí eu tenho um livrinho aqui, eu vou até deixar em casa. Ou melhor não, tanto faz. White Horse Note. Aí aqui fala cada tipo de cavalo onde ele pode estar. Pelimar, Black, Chestnut, Red, Spotted White. Tipo, eles estão em algumas localizações. Ó, tem ali, ó, Pelimar, East of Windhelm. Então ele tá no oeste. Não lembro se é East é oeste ou é leste. É oeste, oeste. Ó, ele tá no oeste de Windhelm, ao norte de Holyfrost Farm. A fazenda de Holyfrost. Na floresta, nearing the shoreline. Eu não sei o que é near. Mas basicamente é um livro de localização, né? Então é isso. Vamos seguindo aí para nossa mission. Bora ver se agora eu não tô mais forte. Quero ver esse dragão safado aí. Tadinho. Pegar de novo.
I can take you.
Pô, finalmente, depois de várias tentativas, esse filho da mãe morreu. Cara, o pior tipo de dragão são... Pelo menos os mais chatinhos de matar são esses com efeito de... Esses com efeito de gelo. Pô, são muito chatos. Eles te retardam. Aí tu fica... com dificuldade de fugir, fica com dificuldade de se esconder, até de atacar flecha. Pra procurar saber... Onde eu tenho que ir? Eu acho que eu tenho que ir lá.
Who's that? Slowly, my energy.
Must have something to do with it.
Yes, these are aquile symbols. Here, let's see. You have the symbol for king, and warrior, and of course the symbol for dragon. That's the one that appears to have a sort of arrow shape pointing downward at the bottom. Yes, that's it. The symbol on the pillar on the left.
Whatever you did, it worked. Let's see what those old blades left in our way.
Wonderful. Remarkably well preserved, too. Here's the blood seal. Another of the lost aquile arts. No doubt triggered by, well, blood. Your blood, Dragonborn. Look here. You see how the ancient blades revered Reman Cyrodiil?
It's coming to life. You did it. After you, Dragonborn. You should have the honor of being the first to set foot in Skyrim.
There's no telling what we might find inside. Here is Alduin. This battle goes back to the beginning of time, when Alduin and the Dragon Cult ruled over Skyrim. Here, the humans rebelled against their dragon overlords, the legendary Dragon War. Alduin's defeat is the centerpiece of the war. You see, here is fallen from the sky. The Nord Talks, masters of the voice, are arrayed against him.
So does it show how they defeated him? Isn't that why we're here?
Ah, patience. The Akaviri were not a straightforward people. Everything is couched in allegory, mythic symbol. Yes, yes. This here, coming from the mouths of the Nord heroes, this is the Akaviri symbol for shout. But there's no way to know what shout is meant.
You mean they used a shout to defeat Alduin? You're sure?
Oh, yes. Presumably something rather specific to dragons, or even Alduin himself. Remember, This is where they recorded all they knew of Alduin.
So we're looking for a shout then. Damn it. You ever heard of such a thing? A shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky? You're probably right. I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in this, but it seems we have no choice. If they had their way, you do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them and talk to the sky or whatever it is they do. The Greybeards are so afraid of power that they won't use it. Think about it. Have they tried to stop the Civil War or done anything about Alduin? No. And they're afraid of you, of your power. Trust me, there is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened to the Greybeards? Only if you don't know how to use it. All the great heroes have had to learn to use their power. Those that shrank from their destiny. Well, you've never heard of them, have you? And there are the villains, those that misused their power. There's always a choice, and there's always a risk. But if you live in fear of what might go wrong, you'll end up doing nothing. Like the Greybeards up on their mountain. Right. Good thing they've already let you into their little cult. Not likely they'd help Esbern or me if we came calling. We'll look around Skyhaven Temple and see what else the old Blades might have left for us. It's a better hideout than I could have hoped for. Talos guard you.
Look here, in the third panel. The prophecy which brought the Akaviri to Tamriel in the first place, in search of the Dragonborn. Here are the Akaviri, the Blades. You see their distinctive longswords. Now they need their ancient mission fulfilled, as the last Dragonborn contends with Alduin at the end of time. Are you paying attention, Delphine? You might learn something of our own history. Yes? What is it?
You're in luck. There is a blessing the Blades used on the eve of battle. It's supposed to prepare the mind for slaying dragons. I doubt the blessing's effects last for very long. So ask whenever you're heading out, and I'll perform the proper rites. May the scales of the dragonkind splinter at the touch of your arrows, and crack under the weight of your sword. That's all there is to it, Dragonborn. Good luck.
That's all.
What is it? The Thalmor hunted us down, remember? It wasn't exactly great for recruitment. But we have a headquarters of a sort now. We will rebuild the Blades. Someday. If you find anyone you think would make a good recruit, I can certainly take a look at them. Remember though, being a Blade is a lifelong commitment. Their loyalty has to be with us once they're in.
I know the prophecy by heart. Once all Blades do it, when misrule takes its place at the Eight Courts. wind guide you. Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to? The Blades, of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bound. They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes? What I want is irrelevant. This shout was used once before, was it not? And here we are again. Have you considered that Alduin was not meant to be defeated? Those who overthrew him in ancient times only postponed the day of reckoning. They did not stop it. If the world is meant to end, so be it. Let it end and be reborn. No, not now. Not until you return to the path of wisdom. I have given my answer. Go and reconsider your course. Dragon, forgive me, I was intemperate. I allowed my emotions to cloud my judgment. Master Einarth reminded me of my duty. The decision whether or not to help you is not mine to make. No, I cannot teach it to you, because I do not know it. It is called Dragonrend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice. But not Dragonrend. The knowledge of that shout was lost in the time before history began. Perhaps only its creators ever knew it, but I am not the one to speak of it to you. It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. Their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout. When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In a sense, you become the shout. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself. Only Paarthurnax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses. He is our leader. He surpasses us all in his mastery of the way of the voice. He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege. He speaks to us only rarely, and only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthurnax. to Parthenax lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way.
Look. Cool.
You my understanding of the creative skill.
Caraca, eu nem lembrava que Partunax era um dragão que ficava no topo da montanha. Eu lembrava que tinha um dragão aqui no topo da montanha, mas não lembrava que era ele. Partunax, pensei que era tipo o último chefão.
My mountain. I am as my father Akatosh made me, as are you, Dovahkiin. Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation? Drem, patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove. By long tradition, the elder speaks first.
Isso se chama educação, não necessariamente tradição.
Match it if you are Dovahkiin. Why do you intrude here if not for Tinvak? Understand fire as the Dove do. Not until introductions are complete. It seems you cave. Test your Thum against mine, Dovahkiin. And now, show me what you can do. Greet me not as mortal, but as... Dova. Yes, Sosedo Vrostmul. The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind. I have expected you, Proda. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. No, you seek your weapon against Alduin. Alduin Comate Teed. What else would you seek? Alduin and Dovahkiin return together. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus, it cannot be known to me. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts. Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum? Yes, Alduin, Zemach, the elder brother, gifted, grasping, and troublesome, as is so often the case with firstborn. But why? Why must you stop Alduin? Prusa, as good a reason as any. There are many who feel as you do, although not all. Some would say that all things must end, so that the next can come to pass. Perhaps this world is simply the egg of the next Kalpa, Lean Vokeen. Would you stop the next world from being born? Pa. fair answer. Rofus, maybe you only balance the forces that work to quicken the end of this world. Even we who ride the currents of time cannot see past time's end. Wulsetid los trahodis. Those who try to hasten the end may delay it. Those who work to delay the end may bring it closer. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Croesus, now I will answer your question. Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monavin, what you name throat of the world? True, but few now remember that this was the very spot where Alduin was defeated by the ancient tongues. Varucht Unslad. Perhaps none but me now remember how he was defeated. Yes and no. Viknusnikaron. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the Dragonrend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Okmulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time. Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost. Meye. I knew better. Tidbo Amativ. Time flows ever onward. One day, he would surface. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not when. Tid Krent. Time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back to the other end of the break. You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it. Croesus, no. I know little of what has passed below in the long years I have lived here. You are likely better informed than I. Trust your instincts, Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way. So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a Jor, mortal. Even for one of Dovasos, dragon blood. What would you ask of me? Sum Ark Mora. Dremyolok, greetings. Speak. Return it here to the Tid Achran. Then, Kele Vomindok. Nothing is certain with such things. But I believe the scroll's bond with the Tid Achran will allow you a seeing, a vision of the moment of its creation. Then you will feel, know Dragonrend in the power of its first expression. You will see them, Wuthfadon, my friends, Haken, Gormlaith, Feldir. The first mortals that I taught the Thum, the first tongues, the leaders of the rebellion against Alduin. They were mighty in their day, even to attempt to defeat Alduin. Sahrot Hun, the Nords have had many heroes since, but none greater. Vormendok, I do not know. Perhaps in the very doing, they erased the knowing of it from time itself. The Dove are children of Akatosh. Thus, we are specially attuned to the flow of time, perhaps also uniquely vulnerable. I warned them against such a rash action. Even I could not foresee its consequences. Nust Lihorn, they would not listen. Yes, there were a few of us that rebelled against Alduin's Thur, his tyranny. We aided the humans in his overthrow. But they did not trust us, ni Ov. Their inner counsels were kept hidden from us. I was far from here on the day of Alduin's downfall, but all Dove felt the sundering of time itself. Vormendok, the Dove, I warned them again. Yeah, but I was far from here on the Vormen. I warned them. Yeah, but they did. I was far from here on the. I cannot tell you in detail. I never heard it used. Kogan. It was the first Thum created solely by mortals. It was said to force a dragon to experience the concept of mortality. A truly von Mindoran, incomprehensible idea to the immortal Dove. I have taught the way of the voice for centuries, and the Thum since long before that. But no, Dovahkiin. Others do not come here to train anymore. Saran, you are the first in over 100 years. I meditate on the Rotmulag, the words of power. I counsel in their use. It is enough for me. Knowing a word of power is to take its meaning into yourself. Contemplate the meaning of a Rotmulag. You will become closer to that word as it fills your inner self. Will I teach you, Dovahkiin? What word calls you to deeper understanding? There are 3 to master: Fus, Faim, and Yol. Fade in your tongue. Mortals have greater affinity for this word than the Dove. Everything mortal fades away in time, but the spirit remains. Ponder the meaning of spirit, unslad sie, where mortal flesh may wither and die, the spirit endures. That is fine. Let that meaning fill you, sum arc mora. You will find that your spirit will give you more strength. Which calls to you, Dovahkiin? Fus, Faim, or Yol? It is called force in your tongue, but as you push the world, so does the world push back. Think of the way force may be applied effortlessly. Imagine but a whisper pushing aside all in its path. That is Fus. Let its meaning fill you. Sum arc mora. You will push the world harder than it pushes back. Which calls to you, Dovahkiin? Fus, Faim, or Yol? Fade upon that is fine. Which calls to you, Dovahkiin? Fus? In your tongue, the word simply means fire. It is change given form, power at its most primal. That is the true meaning of Yol. Solyek, power. You have it, as do all Dove. But power is inert without action and choice. Think of this as the fire builds in your sum, in your breath. Sum arc mora. What will you burn? What will you spare? Arc Mora. Which calls to you, Dovahkiin? Fus, Fae, Pon. That is fine. Let that fill you, Sum, which calls to you, Dovahkiin. It is called force in your tongue, but as you push the world, so does the world push back. Look. Which calls to you, Fae, Pond. That is fine. Let that meaning fill you, Sum Arc Mora. You find that your spirit will give you strength. Sum Arc Mora.
you spoke to Parthenax. The dragon blood burns bright within you. Did he tell you what you wanted to know? Did he teach you the dragon rend shout? Well, so be it. If he believes it is necessary for you to learn this, we will bow to his wisdom. We have never concerned ourselves with the scrolls. The gods themselves would rightly fear to tamper with such things. As for where to find it, such blasphemies have always been the stock and trade of the mages of Winterhold. They may be able to tell you something about the Elder Scroll you seek. We have felt the whisper of a word. Give me your map and I will show you where its echo can be found. Such blasphemies are the calling of mages, not followers of the way. Take your question to the College of Winterhold. Perhaps not, but this shout was used once. Have you considered that Alduin was not meant to be defeated? Those who overthrew him in ancient times. If the world is meant to end, so be it. It was created by those who their whole lives were consumed. When you learn a shout, in order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this. The blades were born of dragon-hating crusaders. They still carry that legacy, although they may not remember from whence it came. They carried out a genocide of dragons when they first came to Tamriel. Now, they will do it again, with your help. The path to Parthenax is perilous, not to be embarked upon lightly.
There are few places where one can be. That incident in Morthal was just a misunderstanding. The people of Skyrim have no appreciation for what we do here. Not that I care.
Archmage or not, my rules about books still. We were able to figure out the last text you brought in. I thought the least I could do is pass the knowledge along. And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? Or are you just someone's errand boy? I knew it. Everyone comes in here expecting my help, but they don't even have the proper questions. An Elder Scroll is an instrument of immense knowledge and power. To read an Elder Scroll, a person must have the most rigorously trained mind, or else risk madness. Even so, the Divines usually take the reader's sight as a price. It would take a month to explain to you how that very question doesn't even make sense. The scrolls exist here, with us, but also beyond and beneath, before and after. They are bits of divine-made substance, so we could know them. Sorry, talking about the scrolls, you usually end up in irritating and vague metaphors like that. Some people who study them devoutly go mad. Ah, you think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it? It would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it. Of course. I'll bring everything we have on them, but it's not much. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? I knew. An Elder Scroll is an instrument of immense knowledge and power. To read an Elder Scroll, even so, the Divines usually... The simplest way to put it is knowledge, but there's nothing simple about an Elder Scroll. It's a reflection of all possible futures and all possible pasts. Each reader sees different reflections through different lenses, and may come away with a different reading. But at the same time, all of it is true, even the falsehoods, especially the falsehoods. Fight well. Here you go. Try not to spill anything on them.
Eu acho que eu tinha conseguido. Acho que eu tinha conseguido ver, mas quando eu fui ver. Tava.
Archmage or not, my rules about books still stand.
Meu microfone tá desligado.
All this knowledge might have been lost were it not for you. Aye, that's the work of Septimus Cygnus. He's the world's master of the nature of Elder Scrolls, but, well, he's been gone for a long while. Too long. Somewhere up north, in the ice fields. He said he found some old Dwemer artifact, but well, that was years ago. Haven't heard from him since.
Pois bem, então
I don't
ficamos
care
por
if you wrote it
aqui
yourself. If you want a book from
nesse
here,
episódio número 10 da nossa saga épica de Skyrim. No próximo episódio a gente vai atrás de esse nome do cara já. Septimus Cygnus. Seguimos a nossa aventura para derrotar Alduin, né? Bom, eu não li os livros que eu não li em voz alta, os livros. Quer dizer, eu li, mas o microfone tá desligado, então é só dar um pause e ler os livros, né? Estão traduzidos, por isso eu gosto muito de Skyrim, então eu queria fazer essa série em português para melhor compreensão da minha parte, já que eu não sou fluente em inglês. Outro também para vocês acompanharem melhor, né? Os textos, diálogos. Então aí no nosso próximo episódio a gente vai seguir na nossa aventura. Muito obrigado pela vossa audiência. Até o próximo vídeo nesse mesmo canal, com esse mesmo apresentador. Só não sei se nesse mesmo horário. Tchau!